teachers are humans, right? So they need the same things other human beings need, which is some sense of agency, some sense of permission, in fact, to take care of themselves as a way of helping them to take care of the students.
Proximity is power, and we want teachers to know that they are the closest thing to the students. They are the ones who shape so much of the experience. So whatever the policies are, when the door shuts, they have proximity, they have power to change every student's experience.
If it's the Ford family that's doing it, I'm gonna say yes, because they are committed to quality, they're committed to sort of innovative ideas.
Initially, once I saw that there was a connection to Ford family, I was interested, saw that it was tied into community partnerships and networking. So within Alt Ed, that's kind of where I'm at right now. We want to tie into the community, help bridge that for our students.
Janine from the Ford Foundation sent out the invite, and anything related to like an opportunity that Janine presents is something I'm gonna jump onto.
When I'm given the opportunity and the gift to be able to sit in a room with people who are doing work on the ground, our educators, our administrators, I get so excited that the role that the foundation can play is to help elevate them in the work that they're doing, elevate their voice.
We really felt like there's a lot of constraints on teachers with testing and certain curriculums, and it would be nice to have more freedom.
You know, if we could change anything, just having families and communities, and especially students, just being happy, because when the brain is happy and safe, we all know the magic that can happen.
We talked about that teachers being professional have time to have their own lives, because some teachers get burned out and they lose that love of learning and that love of teaching, and they're just there.
You know, these teachers, these high-performing teachers, successful, tenured, lots of experience, feel beat down and feel unsupported. This is really a crisis with teachers of significant ratchet up in the requirements and demands and pressure without the support for kind of the change process and the interpersonal sort of skills and understanding that they need to be successful.
For educators and most people in any kind of caretaking profession where they're always contributing, the tanks are always being drained and very rarely being refilled. The best way, again, to get the high value in all three of these spheres is to really develop ourselves. But isn't it funny, in the busyness of our lives, I don't know about you, I'll be the first to raise my hand, I had to be very intentional to shift that dynamic and pay attention to that sphere in the middle. How many of you feel like you've over prioritized work or relationships with other people to the neglect of the self one at some point in your life?
People who have their hands on the hearts and minds of the next generation, that they need to be fulfilled and they need to be energized and committed.
I'm a change seeker and a change maker, and this type of opportunity is a big deal.
We've been working with teams across industries and across places in the US and internationally, and it really is about patterns of interpersonal interactions. And so one of the things we've found so interesting is that we don't really talk about the value preferences that shape how our relationships are going to be, what they're going to be like. How is it going to be to work with a co-teacher, or how's it going to be to work with a principal? We want people to see that if they can put something, they can attach some language to it that makes it not so serious, not so this is who I am, so identity driven. A lot of day one is helping people loosen up the sense we tend to have of we are our work, we are our job.
I think I'm fascinated with the human brain and the psychology, and I don't think we spend a lot of time thinking about that. So we go straight to strategy, and we forget about the mindset that's needed in order for that strategy to work. And so it's kind of rejuvenating to get some time to think about yourself and relationships and how that applies to work.
So it's been interesting being able to be introspective about who I am as an educator, and then trying to understand why other educators are certain ways. And I think it'll be able to help me grow as a teammate and grow as a teacher.
Schools are intensely interpersonal. As a country, we've kind of put a lot of pressure on teachers saying we've got to get better, test scores need to get better, but no one's really paid any attention to the interpersonal context. So getting better, a lot of what teachers have gotten, there's been a lot of training and funding going toward technical things. And no one's really paid attention to the fact that most of their work with adults is in teams, and there's very little understanding of how do I work with other people effectively, and then also who am I and how do I bring my best self to bear
Day 2 is really designed to build on everything from day 1 and give them the chance to have a structured ideation and innovation process. We start with the mindset around how we have a natural tendency to kill ideas before they even get enough energy and enough steam to really change anything.
Very easy to kill ideas. And so we've got to be really intentional if we want to protect, nurture, and grow ideas.
When they do fail, it's usually not because any teacher, any parent, anybody disagreed with the substance of what needed to happen. It was the inability to talk about the part that was being moved away from. So you're basically, it's like you're not showing that they're not showing the and, you're showing a but.
I think the most exciting part for me is when teachers start to see that, talk about a 2mm shift that creates just an epic change in relationship and in response. It's moving from but to and. It's one word, but the one word can change the entire reality for the students and for them.
For me, what was really motivating was this idea of teachers leaving feeling empowered. And so we wanted them to leave inspired and really with a sense of, oh, my experience and the experience of my students can be a lot better.
My intention is to be a voice that reframes the negative and is always looking for the innovation.
This year, after thinking through things, I'm looking forward to just some more fun greetings and morning meetings and making that more fun.
I'm hoping to go back and be positive and a force for good. And like I said, I have a new perspective. I don't feel so consumed.
I just want to keep those primal emotions and the spiritual connections at the forefront when I'm listening to folks.
I'm going to talk about how the quality of my 8th graders' lives is based on the quality of their emotions and give them some emotional intelligence.
We believe the quality of your life is the quality of your emotions. And teachers have such an opportunity to shape the emotional environment for their students.
These are professionals who are holding the souls and the hearts and the minds of our kids in their hands for a long period of time. And so we should give them and support them in every way that we can.
And just hearing their creativity and their motivation to really create transformational environments in their classrooms for kids is really moving and inspiring for us. They're going to be bright lights and make a difference and ripple effects in districts all across the state.
The words I've heard teachers using about the foundation today were that their experiences are experiences of being nourished in their professional life and in their personal life. And I'm so grateful for that.
By investing in teachers, you're investing in the future. And by showing teachers that they're valued and appreciated, we can take that back into our classrooms, and it's amazing.